Damn, bro, you got the whole squad laughing.